the way that we look at it is, we kind of create a recipe for, for healing, right? Which is consistency, discipline, a loving home, and especially for me, from a positive male figure that lives what he talks about, right? And having that as the structure is very important. So that's kind of how we read into that. And they do have a number of challenges, and the system does um fail them, and then that initial foundation not being there really creates catastrophe later, and they got to kind of find themselves and work on themselves backwards to be whole. So that's kind of some of the things that I hope to talk about. I had a talented young lady on the show, which aged out of foster care, and she was telling about her challenges and stuff like that. It's literally like, because of the foundation and not something that you asked for, and not it's a crazy hand that you're dealt.
Yeah.
If you make a mistake, you could quickly find yourself homeless, or or worse, and
Yeah.
that's literally the challenges that I hope to speak to, in my podcast, because these are the answers that we just don't have answers for, you know
Yeah.
so um so uh okay, so tell me about, well, you said you got into real estate 2010, right? What
20,
was that?
was it 2010? 2015.
2015? Okay. All right. What was that first year like for you as in a
Really? You want
new
to talk
in a
about year
yeah.
one? Who wants to talk about year one? You want to bury your head in the sand and not talk about year one?
well, then you could talk about now, right? Which
No,
is
no, we
very
can talk about
different.
year one because I
Yeah, no,
built, you
year
know.
one. Go ahead, go ahead. So tell me about year one for you in growing in that business.
So again, real estate was not a planned career shift. I love to read and have always loved reading. I read a book that then led to, your algorithms will start to recommend books.
Hmm.
And so I don't know why I went back and I picked up Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I had actually had an assignment freshman year at FAMU. We had an assignment to read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and we had to do a synopsis and present our synopsis.